Alright, we are back here. It is your boy, the champ. 2-1 up now on Curtis in the Progression series. Yeah, we're heading into Spell Ruler now. Feeling pretty good. I was able to use, so I had acquired a victory there, which allowed me to choose a card, I think, from the last set and add it to my collection. And the one I definitely needed was Sangan. So Sangan is in the deck now at a 1-of, but that is totally more than enough for what I need it for. Pretty happy with that. I still have a mulligan that I can use for this next pack opening, and this is a pretty big one, guys. Spell Ruler has some insane cards, specifically as, who would have guessed it, some spell cards that are meta-defining, game-breaking, insano, that I definitely want to get my hands on long-term. A lot of them, though, like, so there's some cards that I want to get access to, but there's some that actually don't. So things like Delinquent Duo and Painful Choice are insane cards, but I could only run, like, say, one of them for the entire series. Like, sure, Painful Choice is insane when Dragon Rulers comes out, but then it's like, am I not running Heavy Storm? Am I not running Pot of Greed? Like, what do I choose out of all those options at that time? That's the difficult part, right? So what I'm kind of looking for are the spell cards that aren't as affected by the ban list around that time, and kind of going from there. We also did get access to the Sacred Cards promotionals, which was Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth, which we're never going to use, Ryoku, which we might use, and Negate Attack, which we're definitely adding to the deck. It's a really good trap. So we're going to go through here. This introduced the Toon monsters. They weren't very good at all, and they're all at high rarity, so we're not running those. We also got introduced to a bunch of equip spells. This, again, factors into our reverse trap side deck tech. I think it's going to be really handy once again. Most of the good rarity ones are pretty insane, but Malevolent Nuzzler being available as just a common is pretty good. I also like the strategy against Curtis of using Nuzzler in the first duel and then siding them out as he slides in reverse traps, so we can kind of catch him off guard there. Spellbinding Circle is an insane card, just kind of like Paralyzing Potion but on a trap, which is really good. Amoeba is, like, interesting. There's, like, some situations where you can make this work, but not many. Mahavilo would be really, really good if we could pull a bunch of these, but if we can't, it's not that great. You can actually come up with, like, some really cool OTKs, I think, with Mahavilo, with, like, Megamorph, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get the opportunity to do anything like that. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, where am I going with this? We got Hero Shadow Scout, which is kind of cool, because, like, if Curtis is on a lot of spell cards, Hero Shadow Scout can kind of discard all the good ones out of his deck, which is nice. We get things like Whiptail Crow, and I think there's, like, another one, High Tide Gyojin, who are, like, fine 1650s, but that's a bit low for the current state of the meta. We get Relinquish, which I think is insane. Curtis didn't seem as keen on Relinquish, but it's a pretty insane card when you think about it, especially at this stage of Yu-Gi-Oh! Being able to just take an opponent's monster, gain that monster's attack. If you would be destroyed, you just destroy the monster instead, and then you can just suck up another one afterwards. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Great People's Servant is kind of cute. Nice little, like, mill strategy, potentially, if you can, like, build up a nice wall. Upstart is pretty good. I think I'd run 3 of this if I can. Just being able to thin out through the deck is pretty good. Yes, your opponent gains life points. Remember, if that means you're behind on life points, you can use cards like Megamorph, which are pretty insane if you can get to them. Toll is kind of cool. Snatch Steal is definitely a card that I would not mind getting my hands on, because I don't believe Snatch Steal itself is actually banned for quite a while. But as you can see from all these cards here, like Snatch Steal, Confiscation, Delinquent Duo, they're all banned right now. So eventually, like, they're not going to be usable. So, like, obviously I want them, but I know long term they're not going to be as good. Tailor of the Fickle is a funny card. If Curtis goes for, like, a lot of equip spells, or also goes for, like, the Paralyzing Potion, then Tailor of the Fickle can kind of counter that. I like Rush Recklessly, as well as a, like, buffed Reinforcements. If we could potentially pull 3 of those, I'd be happy with that. The Forceful Sentry is a very, very good card. Thinning out the opponent's hand immediately is great. Mystical Space Typhoon is obviously a very, very good card, but being at an ultra rare, it's going to be incredibly difficult to pull, but we'll see how we go. I think we can get a playset of this eventually through, like, structure decks and stuff, so that's fine. Giant Trune, we get another copy of this in Joey's deck. Very, very good card. Can allow you to push for some big plays, because it's all spell and traps. So, answer that later. It was a text. Returning everything back can be really good to recycle certain effects. Painful Choice, obviously an insane card. When we get to like Dragon Ruler format, definitely want that. Black Illusion Ritual. If we can actually pull Black Illusion Ritual plus Relinquish now, it means that when Pegasus comes out, we can have two, and that could actually be a potential deck idea. Horde of the Unicorn is a buffed Sword of the Deep-Seated, but as we saw from Curtis last week, it can be quite detrimental if it doesn't work. So like, I don't know if it's really worth it. We have Eternal Rest, which is kind of cool. Destroys all equipped destroys all monsters with equipped spells, with equipped cards. Which is interesting because that technically will destroy Relinquish. So Curtis could use it as a counter. If I pull it, Megamorph is an insane card that can lead to a lot of OTKs, especially when we get Cyber Sign, which we do get as a promo, so that's kind of scary. If we could pull that, it would be insane, obviously. Few cool ritual monsters come out here. Crab Turtle is the only really notable one, purely because it can get over Summon Skull, so a bit of a power creep there. We get Cyberjar, which is a banned card, but like in the early game it's not banned, and we definitely want a copy of this. This is an insane card that we definitely want to be able to utilize. It can completely change the complexion of a game on its head. Senju of 1,000 Hands and Sonic Bird, I believe, are both in this set. I could double check with Sonic Bird, but we definitely know Senju is here. So normal summoning this gets us a Relinquish to our hand, which is pretty nice. We have a lot of the, when they're destroyed, such as summon a monster. I can't remember what they're called. Floaters, I think, are what they're called. But we have all of them here. Obviously, the big one that I'm hunting for is Mystic Tomato, but we do have Sonic Bird too. So if we pull 3 Sonic Bird, 3 Senju, and then the Black Elusive Ritual plus Relinquished, it makes me feel confident that when the Pegasus starter deck comes out, we could potentially build towards a Relinquished deck, if we so choose so. Mystic Tomato is definitely a card I want to try and pull 3 of. This is an insane card that allows us to get a lot deeper into our deck and also set up a lot more strategies. Being able to like have Tomato be an easy turn 1 set, get it destroyed, and then get another monster onto the board puts a lot of pressure on our opponent just by having consistent advantage that way. So I like that a lot. We have all the field spells that like increase the power of certain types. If we want to go down a certain archetype, for example, could be cool. Messenger in Peace is like fine. It's like kind of obnoxious, but it's a super rare, so like the chance of us getting it is low. And Serpent Knight Dragon is just terrible, so we're not going to try and pull that. But insane spell cards, Mystic Tomato, and the ritual support is probably the things I'm hunting for here. Because we have, we get our 3rd Magician of Faith in Starter Deck Pegasus, so we're really trying to build towards finalizing the busted spell cards for our deck. So let's get cracking, let's try and get those cards.
Alright, and welcome to my pack opening. I'm going straight into it. There's some really spicy things that we are both looking forward to. Hopefully we're doing some good, and I'm going to need some because I don't have the mulligan to back me up this time. Alright, first pack, Cyberjar, straight away. Very nice. The only other really interesting thing is we got technically a better beater, but we got a better beater than the Blue Crown here. And Chain Energy actually might be a bit spicy. Alright, next pack. Nimble Momonga, that's our first of probably 3, hopefully. Nothing else. Nothing super exciting here just yet. Invader of the Throne, that's a super rare. Rush Recklessly is kind of cool though. That'll be a good battle trick. Another Hane, that being uncommons, like, yeah. And I think we have 3 of them now anyway. Sonic Bird could be handy for later, but we'll get one of in Pegasus at the very least. Another Rush Recklessly. Yeah, I'll take that. Gravekeeper's Servant I'm looking forward to for much, much later, like late Duel Monsters era. Alright, ooh, we got a Senju. We got an ultra rare Axe of Despair. Very nice card. And there's our first Spirit Cretin as well. Very cool pack. Ritual Support, Axe of Despair. I actually kind of rate it because 1000 as a generic equip is really good. It's very adaptable and is much better than the sort of deep-seated. Jeez, I'm looking at this and I feel like I opened Legend of Blue Eyes again. There's a Trial of Nightmare, there's a Pale Beast, there's a Hinutama. I think that's my 3rd Rush Recklessly. Okay, I've got battle tricks. I've got battle tricks for you now. Flying Kiri, that's the flying recruiter. There's an Upstart Goblin. Haven't been keeping track of those, but there's something to keep an eye on, at least for later. I don't think Upstart Goblin is good just yet. There's our first Giant Germ. Hopefully we'll get more of them, because Giant Germ can be very useful, for sure. Nothing else of importance in that pack. Another Cyber Jar. Ooh. That could be very dirty, actually. Double Cyber Jar in it? It is a rare, so hey, potential at third. Alright, what do we have next? We have both the hamburger and the hamburger recipe in this one. Woo. Alright. Ooh, alright. First edition. We got our Upstart. We got a Shining Angel. Another recruiter. Not the recruiters I'm looking for. There's an Electric Snake. Flash Assailant can actually be kind of dope, honestly. Alright, what do we get here? There's our first Mystic Tomato, finally. Need to get some tomatoes to put on the burger. A member. Another pretty lackluster pack. Another Senju. I'm pretty sure that's the third Upstart Goblin now. Mangariran. The one toon monster to break the toon thing. There's our second Nyhmnim. That's useful. Oh! I completely glossed over that. There's a Delinquent Duo. If I couldn't have asked for a better card to cycle with the Magicians of Faith. Oh boy. Oh, that can be very devastating pretty fast. And another ultra rare, the Axe of Despair, a second one. Well, I think I've got my equip cards sorted. There's a third Nyhmnim. Well, they're good searches and deck filters. Darkness Approaches actually... Darkness Approaches is a really bad card. However, it used to just flip them face down. And didn't change the battle position. So there's some very janky rulings with old Darkness Approaches. I don't think they're abusable, though. It just brings up more questions. There's a second Mystic Tomato. They're very nice. I haven't seen any rats, though. I would like to see some of them. Pretty okay pack because of the tomato, though. There's a Flying Kamakiri. There's a Spear Cretin. Very nice. An Atoll. Ooh, I've not been keeping track of my tolls, but Toll will be good. Like, anything like Toll, Chain Energy, just put them down just to be a bit of a bother, you know? Alright. Another Remember. Nothing exciting this pack. Carbonala Warrior. That's mainly useful much later on. Another pretty lackluster pack, though. Ooh, Mother Grizzly, the Water Recruiter. Very nice. I'm pretty happy with my opening so far, though. Did miss out on a bunch. Another Flying Kamakiri. That's my playset of those. I'm happy with it until I look at what I missed out. Download draft. I want to see what I missed out. What I usually do is I will click on it, click on this, and have a look. So, things I missed out on. I didn't get any Snatch Seals. I'm happy with the Delinquent Duo and the two Axes of Despairs. I'm just happy I didn't pull any of these. Honestly, I'd be a bit annoyed even pulling the Relinquish. It's pretty meh, in my opinion. Super Rares, not getting a Giant Truenade's okay. Not getting a Painful Choice is actually pretty big. That would have been really nice to have as a option. In the rare slots, I only pulled the one Giant Germ, I believe. Pulling two Mystic Tomatoes I'm happy with. Didn't pull any Giant Rats. That's the main things there. Oh, I also pulled 2 Cyber Jars. Yes, that can be very interesting. Super short prints. In the short prints, there's nothing too exciting there that I know I missed. The commons, yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm happy with my pulls. Alright. On to the duels, I guess. Or the deck building. Yes, the deck building. Let's go.
Alright guys, here we go. 24 packs of Magic Ruler. Let's see what we can pull from here. First pack isn't too bad. UFO Turtle's a nice searcher. Electric Snake is a nice counter to the Liquid Duo. And Ukazi does help out our burn deck strategy, potentially. I don't know if we have enough cards for it just yet, but yeah, food for thought. Hero Shadow Scout is cool if Curtis pulls a lot of spells. Might be a nice side deck option. Mother Grizzly. 3 packs in is incredible. We want 3 copies of Mother Grizzly. I'm not going to explain why just yet. I just really hope we can pull 3 copies of her during this opening. Giant Rat, Black Pendant, both not really cards we're going to be using. It's a shame to see him in those slots. Second Mother Grizzly. Let's go. 2 Grizzly is good. 3 Grizzly is insane if we can get it, guys. Trust me, I have plans. Let's go. And Giant Trunade, by the way. Just throwing that one in there. Giant Trunade just on top of that. Because why not, right? Insane. Flash Assailant is a pretty cool card that we could look into using as well. I don't hate it. There's Cyberjar as well. Incredible. Already got most of the stuff I was looking for from this set. There's Missing Tomato. Perfect. Another one of those. Like 2 Missing Tomato and I'd be pretty happy, right? And then I guess any of the busted spells on top of this, like Giant Trunade, is just like a bonus. Hero Shadow Scout's fine. Rest of these cards are fine. We've got the Grizzlies. 1 more Tomato. There we go. Perfect. Any of the spells I get now on top of this is just a bonus. I've got... Is that my second Black Illusion Ritual? I think it's my second one. If I could pull a Relinquish now, that'd be pretty sick, right? Random Pot of Greed. Not sure why you're here, friend. But yeah. Insane. We got Nuzzler. Sonic Bird is good. If we'd pulled like some Senjus, then maybe we could have made Relinquish work. I doubt we can now. There's third Tomato. So we got 3 Tomato, 3 Grizzly. That's insane. And we also got Cyberjar, right? So we got pretty much everything we've wanted. Toon World, sure. I don't think I'm ever going to use it. Rush Recklessly is another good card to pick up. Happy to see that. Karate Man is like sometimes good. Giant Gem could be good. Neo's not bad. Coming up to the last few packs here, I'm pretty happy with this opening though. Random Pot of Greed. We've got 2 packs left. Any other like busted spells here would just be icing on the cake. An ultra rare Toon Summon Skull. I mean, we did pull Toon World, but I don't see us using that. Last pack, anything crazy? Luminous Spark. Another Cyberjar though. So, look, honestly, we pulled the Mother Grizzlies, which was the main thing I wanted. Missing Tomato was another thing that I was really happy with. And we also pulled Giant Trunade, which is just nuts, right? So, pretty happy with the pulls in general. Yeah, I think we're going to go into Dueling Book and fire up this list, and I'm going to explain why long-term Mother Grizzly is a fantastic card that we just got.
Alright, today I present you with this. It's a pretty good looking, very sacky, blowout style deck with Ultimate Offering as the finisher and all that. However, this isn't what I'm going to be bringing. I am bringing this. It is very correctly labeled Degenerate, because it's a burn mill style deck that's aimed to stall the game out as long as possible, using all the new recruiters that we have, using things like Unhappy Maiden to buy turns, Waboku, Negate Attack, and hopefully retrieving them back with more Mask of Darkness. So, top of the list, we pulled 2 Cyberjars. That'll help refresh our battlefield when we are down on the monsters. Jirai Gumo is an excellent monster I can just fit into in attack position, and he'll just sit there as a 2200 attack monster that he can't easily get over without a tribute or a equip spell. Nextly, Magician of Faith. This is going to be pretty much instrumental, mainly for cycling 1, Delinquent Duos, which can be very unfun, or 2, Chain Energies and Tolls if they ever hit the graveyard from his Heavy Storm, which I have over here. Yeah. Nextly, Maneater Bug. Just when it flips, takes an attack and probably kills maybe not the attacker with it, but the next oncoming attack down as well. Mask of Darkness, as I said, cycles back my trap cards, which are either effectively 1-for-1 trades with trap holes, or buying the extra turns with negate attack. Next we have our 2 Mystic Tomatoes, which will be searching into themselves, and for the finisher, either a Wall of Illusion or a Spear Cretin. I'll get to Spear Cretin when I get to it. Nimble Momonga will just be there, negating 1 attack and giving me 1000 life points, making me that much tankier to get. Alright, Sangan. It's good floater for getting out a second Spear Cretin, or into things like Unhappy Maidens if I need to go that way, or any other things like Mask of Darkness or Magician of Faith if I need to cycle back some spells or traps. Alright, Spear Cretin. The thing about Spear Cretin is, yes, it does benefit him. However, if I am able to get both my Spear Cretins live, one in the graveyard and one face down defense position, he can't out it easily. He has to literally out the Spear Cretin with either Dark Holes, which in turn will clear his own field, or his Regekis. Which, if he's just burning 1 Regeki for a single Spear Cretin, that's a definite gain on my end. And that doesn't stop me from doing some more shenanigans with them anyway. Kinda does. Anyway, the Unhappy Maiden, this, as I said, can be searched off of with Sangan, is really good as a finisher just to help buy the turn. And when it's sent to the graveyard, skip that battle phase. It literally just is a negate attack or Wabohu in a card. Wall of Illusion is just good. It's really good in the format currently because we still need a tribute or an equip spell to get over it, and well, it'll pivot that card, spin it back to their hand if they try that, which often leads Wall of Illusion to pretty much always be trading 1-for-1 at the very least. Alright, Witch of the Black Forest. This is the other last floater recruiter for the deck. Of course, it has pretty much the same chain as Sangan. The only things it's just missing out is the Wall of Illusion. Alright, on to the spells. Card Destruction. As I said, this is more of a mill style deck, and, well, a good thing about this deck is because of Chain Energy, I want to play all my cards in my hand, activate Chain Energy at the end, and then, after I've done all that, then I'd activate my Card Destruction. So, I don't lose many cards in hand, and he loses all of his, which is really good, especially because 1, mills him, 2, I really want to hit his Heavy Storm out of his hand, either through this or the Delinquent Duo. Either options are really handy for me to just pop, because that card can kinda hose me down for a turn, at the very least. Alright, Chain Energy, as I've said, the idea is I play all my cards and last activate Chain Energy, just start that stun burn setup at, like, as quick as I can. And I only pulled 2 of them, and I only pulled 2 tolls. If I pulled 3 of either, I would be running 3 of both of them. Alright, Change of Heart. This is really good for if he actually is, you know, spending cards in hand or attacking with monsters to burn down toll. If he gets low enough, I can quickly turn it into a blowout with a Change of Heart. Alright, Dark Hole, just get rid of the field, and this is indeed my rule breaker card for the format, because my only other options is my second Change of Heart, which isn't as useful as clearing his entire field, and the other one is Monster Reborn. Same sort of feel. I feel like it's more important just blowing out his field. Alright, Delinquent Duo, probably the most powerful card in my entire collection. I'll be attempting to cycle this as much as I can with Magician of Faith. Be very, very bad for him, if that is the case. Alright, Monster Reborn. It's one of the powerful spells and traps of the format. It can be useful if I need to either revive one of his monsters or blow him out, same as Change of Heart, or maybe blow him out with a Jirai Gumo. Like, granted, it's not really good for cycling anything in the deck, barring my own Mystic Tomato or Sangan, but hey, it's a body on the field. It'll take some damage for me. Alright, Pot of Greed. 3+1. Can't say that's ever going to be wrong. Alright, Sorted and Deep-Seated. Now, last duel, this kept appearing at the top of my deck, being at my detriment, because I probably would have rather many other cards. However, this time, it's probably going to be doing the same. However, this time, because it's always going to be placed at the top of my deck, I can never get milled. Because if I ever get into the mill late game, I just discard it at the end of my turn if my hand is full, and then it returns back to the top of my deck. I've got infinite draw with this. The only time I'd get milled out is if he actually pops his own Cyber Jars when I'm low enough cards in deck. But then again, he should be much lower, especially if he's using Pot of Greed as his Rule Breaker card. Alright, lastly, Toll. The last of my spells, it is just this alongside Chain Energy sets up a stun on him, and potentially if he needs to break my board, this makes it much harder. Alright, Acid Trap Hole, it's a free 1-for-1 trade because there's not anything he can place face down that this can't instantly remove. Negate Attack, buys me a turn, really good. Trap Hole, it's another very consistent 1-for-1 trade, and honestly I kind of do want good trap cards I can cycle with my Mask of Darkness, alongside the Negate Attack and Waboku, which also buys me the turn. In the side deck is the Flying Kamakiri, because it's the only recruiter that I actually pulled 3 of. I'd be siding this in if I need a more blowout strategy with Monster Reborn, Ultimate Offering, which I've only got the 1 of this time, and that's also in the side. But yeah, it'll be more useful in blowout sort of comps, and it still plays to the regular game plan of potentially stalling him out. Unhappy Maiden, just a 3rd one in case I'm feeling I need a bit more to it. It was just hard to really fit it in the deck in the current setup, and I don't know, I might swap something out for it if something's not working. Axe of Despair goes back to the backup plan of potentially a good blowout. Like, any of my monsters, any of the recruiters, like, I'd be siding this in alongside the Kamakiris in order to go for a blowout, and like Axe of Despair on Kamakiris or Mystic Tomatoes will effectively blow out everything, like everything from Jirai Gumos to Dark Elves to if he's got a big beater with Horn of the Unicorn, which, let me think, 1800, no, I'd be just under it. I might have to think on that one, but pulling 2 Axe of Despairs is still pretty nutty. Alright, Fissures, this is similar to Trap Holes as it's a free 1-for-1 trade. Originally this was in the deck for the longest time, but eventually traded it out for more space for another card that I feel like fitted the archetype a bit better, which was the Witch of the Black Forest. It was actually not originally in here. Heavy Storm is in here mainly for if he's like turn 1 sets a whole bunch of cards in response to like game 2, he's seen Chain Energy, so he wants to play all of his spells and traps instantly. So I just Heavy Storm them all away. It's a really free one for multiple trade if I get this in the opening. Or get it before I drop all of my stuff. Alright, Paralyzing Potion. This one's here because it plays into the stun game plan if he has a big beater that I need to stop. Like if he's still on Blue Eyes, if he's still on Summon Skulls, this subs in. And it can combine really well with Tailor of the Fickle. I feel like this is actually going to be a very low-key good card in the format, because we have all these great new equip cards in Malevolent Nuzzlers and Horns of the Unicorns. And naturally I can again use it with my own Paralyzing Potion. And what this can do, like in a battle phase, I can just swap some equip cards around and suddenly my monster's blowing his up. It can act in a 1-for-1 trade. The only reason it's in the sub deck, in the side deck and not the main deck is, one, it's less consistent, and two, if he's not running equip cards, I'd rather not use this. It's a lot better if he's running equip cards, so I can effectively remove his equip card, put it on my monster. Yes. Alright, Just Desserts, it's here for just a final blowout sort of strat. If he's low on, like, because it's a stun deck, he'll often have a big field, so this can actually realistically hit for the 1,500 to the max damage of 2,500 damage, which is a large chunk of life if he's not expecting it. It's in the side deck. If I feel like it should be in the main deck, but I'm not sure on it just yet. I'll probably chuck it into the main deck in games 2 or 3. And yeah, ultimate offerings here. Again, going back to a backup game plan if I want to go out for a blowout strat, like Smokescreen into a semi-blowout style deck instead. I've got the stuff here to do so. Anyway, there's 2 Guilty D-Knights in here, in my extra deck. I don't know why, they're just there. They're just chilling, you know? Well, that's it with my deck builder for the day. Hope he enjoys it.
Alright, so here is the list that we are going to be bringing today to take on Curtis. It's a little bit different from last week's list. A few new inclusions, new cards I want to take out, and a lot of updates to the side deck, which I'm pretty excited about. There's some pretty cool stuff in there, but I thought I would break down the main deck first and the inclusions we brought in this week. So the first few that you can see at the top here, we have obviously a copy of Cannon Soldier. Main reason this is in here is because it is the ideal Mystic Tomato target. I like the synergy that Cannon Soldier has with Cyberjar, with Sangan, with Witch of the Black Forest, even with things like Dark Elf and Jiragumo, like to an extent, is where you kind of punch through your opponent, and then with things like Ultimate Offering and Cannon Soldier, you have ways to really easily push for like a one-turn kill, and if Curtis doesn't have, you know, certain traps to help him, then, you know, we're in a pretty good spot. Also, well, Boku prevents battle damage for a turn, but that does not stop effect damage. So, really cool way of going around that. We actually, in the side deck, have our Catapult Turtle and Mother Grizzlies, because if that strategy that we have works quite well in the first game, then we can actually side in more floaters to set up for Catapult Turtle, which is effectively an even stronger version of Cannon Soldier most of the time. We contribute a Jiragumo and deal 1100. We contribute a Dark Elf and deal 1000, which is pretty insane in combination with things like Just Desserts. And we actually have a second Monster Reborn in the side deck, purely because I want to see how well this strategy works. The idea being that you can Cyberjar, get a bunch of monsters out, and one of those monsters could just end up being Cannon Soldier. So therefore, Cannon Soldier, if there's a full field of monsters, can just deal 2500 damage on its own, on a certain turn. Remember that Cyberjar reveals monsters, and they go in face-up attack position or face-down defense. So you could special summon monsters, deal a bunch of damage, and then go in with Cannon Soldier after that. And the plus of Monster Reborn is it just gives you, like, theoretically, if you run 2 Monster Reborns, that's another 1000 points of damage that you can deal to your opponent, which I thought was really cool, and especially with Catapult Turtle, definitely a viable strategy. So Cannon Soldier and Cyberjar and Mystic Tomato were the main cards I wanted to add to this deck today. 6 new additions, but I think they have vital cards in pulling off these really cool strategies. I want to test it with the Cannon Soldier first before using Catapult Turtle. Obviously, Catapult Turtle becomes busted once we get Magical Scientist, but until then, we're going to keep them in the side deck and just leave them chilling out there. Rest of the main deck is effectively the same. The only thing is I've chucked in a copy of Giant Trunade because why wouldn't I? I think early game, Giant Trunade is fantastic. It means that I can summon a Jiragumo or a Dark Elf outside of Curtis's trap holes, which is the main concern for me for this series, is Curtis and his trap holes. So definitely want to try and play around those as best as possible. We've gotten rid of a few more of our beaters, so we have 7 beaters left in the deck, like big attack point beaters, but I think that's more than enough. Given that every other card that we're running is just a fantastic floater and can set up other things. And the other card that I've added to the main deck is Last Will. Also, as well as Negate Attack, which was from the promotionals. We had Perfect Ultimate Great Moth, Ryoku, and Negate Attack. I've only added Negate Attack. Ryoku is a really cool card and can allow anything to run over anything, but I don't know how useful it is. If we can pull off the Catapult Turtle strategy, there is a debate to saying that Ryoku is worth it because it does increase... it's half the monster's attack. So it's not original attack. So if you Ryoku, then you can run over something, and then before the end of the turn, you can Catapult Turtle that monster. So that's kind of cool. So we got the Negate Attack in there. We also are running now a main deck Last Will, because this can be activated at any time, which means we can Last Will in the battle phase. And this is where things get pretty cool, right? Is that you can Mystic Tomato, die, summon something, Last Will into something as well. You can Cannon Soldier to destroy something, and then special summon something again later in the game. There's a lot of really cool options. The one that I really like, though, is that you can also combo Last Will with Cannon Soldier, as well as Cyberjar. So you can Cyberjar a field, and a monster from your side of the field was sent to the graveyard, so therefore you can use Last Will to special summon a monster in that scenario. So that's really, really good. It just means that you can guarantee Cannon Soldier when you need it, and I think that's fantastic. The Spell and Trap card lineup is busted. Still got that 2 copies of Ultimate Offering, because now with the Cannon Soldiers in here, that strategy becomes even stronger. The side deck hasn't changed too much. Like I said, the Catapult Turtle and the Mother Grizzlies have joined. The Bistro Butchers are down here as well. Just in case I feel like the beta lineup isn't strong enough, I can always just drop a couple of Tomatoes, for instance, and chuck in the Bistro Butchers. That's a very, very easy change to be made. I can also drop the Tomatoes and the Cannon Soldier for things like Hane if I feel like that control is better. Also have White Magical Hat just in case I really need it. The second copy of Reborn to replace the copy of Pottergreed that's currently in the deck if I want to switch around my limited card. 1 copy of Just Desserts, because this plays into Cyberjar really, really nicely. I almost wanted to main deck this card, but I wasn't sure how consistently I could resolve Cyberjar with Just Desserts also in the deck. This is still a card that I'm like very, very heavily considering running. I just don't know what card in my main deck I would drop in order to run it. That's the tricky part right now. If anything, it was probably Solemn Judgment. I do like Judgment as just a consistent negate card, but Curtis could also be on like some potential burn strategies. So there is a scenario where I don't run Judgment, but I think Judgment is just so good. On certain turns where it can just win me the game, I definitely want to be able to just resolve Judgment and win. But I'm going to hold on to Just Desserts in the side deck. If there is a time where I'm like, yep, Just Desserts is the way we got to go with it, I will drop a card that I see fit and just go from there. A couple of reverse traps still in here just in case Curtis is running things like Stim Pack, any way to increase attack points. Also, it's really good against like Ryoku if it's used against me. It like sets me up perfectly to counter that. Also, really good counter against Metal Morph because it activates in the damage step, which is pretty huge. So yeah, I'm pretty keen on that. I think it's just a pretty solid deck, guys. There's not really much else to say. The monster lineup feels just really, really good. I feel like we have such a fantastic pool of monsters to work with. I'm actually favoring running main deck Fish over Butcher, and that's purely just because they have the same attack points, and I don't necessarily want Curtis to draw 2 cards for no reason. I think Fish is just fine as it is. So Fish, Legends, the Gumos, and the Dark Elf are the main beaters. Everything else is basically just support. I feel really good about this. If we could resolve Cannon Soldier for game today, I'd be very, very happy with that. So let's get to the duels and see if we can get this dub done. Alrighty, here we are in the duel. Curtis, how you feeling after your opening of Spell Ruler?
Wish I got a couple of extra recruiters, but they'll definitely be coming around a lot more with the... I believe one of the tournament packs has a lot of them in, and we'll pick a lot of them up throughout the structure decks.
For sure, for sure. The one question I have for you is, are you side decking a Electric Snake?
Maybe.
It's the tech, man. All right, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. If I see Delinquent Duo, and I see a Magician of Faith cycling infinite Delinquent Duos.
Nah, who would do that?
A snake might be coming in.
All right, I'm feeling like this is gonna be an interesting one for sure.
All right. Off to a good start. Winning this is paper.
Yeah, I am gonna choose to go first. Best of luck, man.
Same to you.
All right, I gotta remember to draw for turn. So let's do that.
I was actually looking through the master rules to be like, when does that change? And I was actually surprised it was as late as Pendulum.
Alright, I'm gonna normal summon Dark Elf.
Alright, a classic Delph.
I'm gonna set 2 and I'm gonna pass.
Alright, I'm gonna start my turn. Alright. I'm going to set 1. And I'm going to activate Chain Energy.
Okay.
Alright. And with that, I end my turn.
Sure. I'll draw. Stand by main.
Every time you activate a card from your hand, you pay 500 life points.
Wow. Alright.
Yep. Were you expecting that?
Not really.
You might not be the only one with an interesting strat.
I'll pay 500 life points to normal summon a Sangan.
Alright, okay.
I'm gonna go to battle phase.
Okay.
You can have Sangan attack into your face down.
Alright, it is the Nimble Momonga. So I
Sure.
gain 1,000 from that, and
Yes.
I special summon a couple more.
A couple more Momongas for sure. Each time one of these is destroyed by battle. Alright, okay. I see you, Curtis. I will not attack into one of those with Dark Elf, because that seems stupid. I'll just pass. I mean, here's the thing.
Okay.
You're playing perfectly into Megamorph right now.
Yeah, yes I am.
Megamorph
Go ahead,
Dark Elf was
equip.
a real thing.
I believe this turn I'm just going to end doing nothing at all.
Sure. Okay. Let's go. Stand by main. I'm going to pay 500 life points to use Fissure to destroy one of your Momongas.
Alright, and because it's not destroyed by battle, I won't get the 1,000?
I will pay another 500. Oh, that was 50. I will pay 450 extra to set
Yes.
a card. Battle phase. I will have
Alright.
Sangan run over the Momonga,
Alright, I gain 1,000 life points.
and then I will pay 1,000 to attack you directly with my Dark Elf.
Yes, and I will take 2,000 away. That's all my Momonga health points.
Okay, I'll pass it there.
Alright. Draw for turn. I will pay 500 to set a card.
Sure.
And with that, I will end my turn.
Alright, I'll draw. It's not really good enough. Not really what we are after. But I suppose we can do it this way. I'm going to pay 500 to activate Change of Heart.
Okay. Have fun with that.
It's definitely something I'm going to have fun with for sure. I'm going to... Let's see. Okay, yeah. I'm going to flip summon Magician of Faith, which doesn't cost
Alright.
any life points.
I'm
going
What are you
to
gonna recover back
add
to hand?
back
I think
Change
it's
of Heart.
only the... Yep.
I'm going to go to Battle Phase and hit you for 3,300.
And you're gonna pay 1,000 for the Delph?
Yes, I will pay 1,000 for the Delph. Now I have to think. Alright.
What are you doing with my face down?
Yeah, main phase 2. The question is whether I want to resolve Cyberjar now. or if I want to save it for next turn.
I mean, change of heart is only until the end turn.
No, what I mean is like I have a
Oh.
feeling you're gonna flip it next turn, so I'm thinking in
Perhaps.
my head like, okay, do I want to nip it in the bud now? We'll get a Sangan search. I haven't normal summoned yet either.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I really need to think about this now. Oh, I really have to.
Yes.
I'm going to flip summon Cyberjar and resolve the effect.
Alright, everything gets destroyed. I'm not sure. I think Sangan will activate first before we mill.
Both players destroy all monsters. I think Sangan would be chain link too, so yeah, I will...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Do your search first, I guess.
Alright, well, this might give away why I was okay doing the Cyberjar. I'm gonna add Cannon Soldier to my hand.
Alright, okay. Alright.
And then we just both mill 5, and then...
I'd say banish top
Banish top? Alright.
5 times, just to not mix up our graveyards. Also, we can see what the other person is adding that way as well.
3,
Is that 5?
4, 5. Okay.
What are we playing here? Everything that's not a monster gets back to your hand. Everything that is a monster is summoned to your field.
It's either in face down defense or face up attack.
Yep.
You have another Cyberjar.
Yeah.
But
that's not what I'm excited to see, though.
What else do you have in there? You have a Wall of Illusion. You have a Toll. Toll's pretty scary. You have Trap Hole. Alright, let's just,
Yeah.
let's just get all these guys out here.
Yeah, and keep them face up just so, because technically we will see the positions.
Yeah,
and the rest go to hand.
The others to hand, sure.
It was a ultimate offering and pot of greed for you,
Yes,
a
it
trap
was.
hole with Boku, and toll from me.
Okay, so Magician of Faith is over this side. Gonna set it now. Wall of Illusion. Which... Alright,
This is during main phase 2 still.
yes. I could normal summon Cannon Soldier. I don't think that's wise. I'm actually just gonna pass it here. I'm gonna see what you want to do.
Alright, okay. Start my turn. Pretty full hand now.
Might regret
Alright,
that.
I am going to flip summon the Cyberjar.
Sure.
So everything goes back to the grave,
I will get a
and we
witch
do the
search off
same
of
song and
this.
dance. And yeah, you'll get your witch search.
I have to think about which. I will grab a Jirai Gumo off of which.
Yep.
And then
And banish your top 5.
1, 2.
Alright, that's 2 pot of greeds from you.
5. Okay, I just have Tomato. I'm more than happy special summoning that in attack mode.
Yep. And I have Mask of Darkness and Unhappy Maiden.
Sure.
And the rest go to my hand.
I'm adding back Trap Hole, Pot of Greed, Solemn Judgment, and Woke.
Alright. And these go back face down. The Mask of Darkness is in my center file.
Yeah, it's all good.
Just check and make sure. Alright. Now's the time for me to start paying some of my own chain energy. I activate Pot of Greed to
Sure.
draw 2,
See.
paying 500.
Mhm.
Hmm. I need to be careful about that cannon soldier. Hmm.
Yeah, he's a pretty scary guy.
Yes, certainly is. Alright. I think how I'm gonna have to play this. I'm just going to pay all my life points as a sum when I'm done.
Sure.
I think I'm just gonna set those two
Mm-hmm.
and activate Toll. So that'll be 1,500.
Yep.
And with that, I'm going to start discarding cards for the end of my turn.
Yep, that's fair.
Alright. Which ones? Alright, I'm gonna discard Spear Cretin.
Oh no, alright. Yep.
Gonna... This is where it gets a bit more difficult for me. I'm gonna get rid of a Trap Hole,
Sure.
a Acid Trap Hole,
Alright, yep.
and it goes down to 6.
I forgot we had a copy of Acid Trap Hole we could run.
Yeah, Acid Trap Hole's kind of sick.
Especially in this meta.
Hmm.
Definitely should have considered
Do we go down to 6 or...
that. I think it is 6, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, what's gonna be the last card? As wild as it is, I think Monster Reborn is the choice.
That's fair. I'm gonna draw.
Alright.
I guess hopefully you've got something good face down to stop this, Curtis. I'm gonna pay 500 life points and activate Giant Trunade.
Alright. In response, I activate Waboku.
Okay, so no battle damage this turn.
4 monsters getting destroyed for me this turn.
Okay.
And all of yours get sent back to your
Yep.
hand as well.
Alright. Now I have to think.
So you pull the Drunade, okay.
Yeah, of all the things I pulled, it was the Trunade was the big hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In order to kill you this turn, I would have to have 5 monsters on my field.
I mean, I have Waboku up. Oh, you need to...
Cannon
you mean,
Soldier.
yeah, Cannon Soldier.
Resolving Cannon Soldier can win me the game.
Alright. Well, this isn't modern Yu-Gi-Oh, so I don't think you can summon 5 in a turn.
Change of Heart plus Monster Reborn plus a normal summon isn't enough.
Nope.
I miss it by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Given that, let's see what we can do instead. So we know one of the face downs is Mask of Darkness. Other face down is Unhappy Maiden.
Yep.
Okay.
If you need a refresher on what Unhappy Maiden does, it's when it's sent to the graveyard
I
as
know,
a result of battle, ends the battle phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just in case.
I appreciate that.
Public knowledge, you saw it.
Okay. Let's try and piece this turn out so I can make all the correct calls. Both of my Magicians of Faith are unfortunately in the discard now, so I can never resolve Trunade again. So I have to be very careful about my sequencing here. I am going to Change of Heart this card.
Yep, which is the Mask of Darkness. That is the one you wanted,
Yes.
presumably.
That is
Alright.
the one I wanted. I will normal summon Cannon Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, this is where things get interesting. I'm going to set 1, set 2. Now I really have to think. I can't destroy your maiden.
Nope. Can't be destroyed by battle
No.
unless you really want to attack into it and fissure it.
I
You can do that.
absolutely don't want to do that. What I will do is use 2 effects of Cannon Soldier to send Mask of Darkness and Mystic Tomato to the grave to deal 1,000 to you.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know if there's like too much else. I mean, I do really want to resolve these. Okay. I'm going to fire off a Pot of Greed.
Alright.
Okay. I'm going to fire off a second Pot of Greed.
Alright.
Oh, I just realized there was a way I could have won this turn. God damn.
Oh.
That's actually insane. I forgot that I
And you
put that
just
card in.
lost your sequencing.
No, it wasn't losing sequencing. It was like, if I was able to draw into the 2 cards, I forgot that this was an absolute out to that strategy. I might as well show you to put you on a bit of a timer here. I'm going to activate Last Will.
Okay. Yeah, a monster of yours has been tributed, so this activates. What are you searching up? What are you special summoning?
I'm going to special summon a Witch.
Witch of the Black Forest, okay.
I will then use Cannon Soldier's effect to tribute the Witch.
Alright. And what are you searching off of the Witch?
I'm going to search Man-Eater Bug.
Okay. Alright. You've already normal summoned for the turn.
I will set 1 last card. And then during my end phase,
Alright.
I will
What are we discarding?
Trap Hole. Another Trap Hole. Metal Morph. And 7 colored fish.
Alright. And that brings you to 6. My turn. You
Oh,
have
sorry, I
pressed
gotta click
the,
end turn. Yeah.
button.
Good.
There we go.
Gotta click buttons.
Yep.
What a concept.
Alright, yep. Yeah, I know, right? Okay. I believe I will need to do this first. It doesn't feel good, but Dark Hole.
I'm going to Solemn Judgment, Dark Hole.
Okay, pay half your life points.
I will.
Alright. Okay. I'm going to... Is this the correct play? I think so. I'm not seeing many other outs. Unless there's something here I can make use of. Alright. Yeah, I believe this is currently my best play. I normal summon Jirai Gumo.
Yeah, Jiragumo's fine.
Okay. I enter battle phase and I attempt to swing.
I will Wubok.
Alright. And I believe I still have to pay.
Yeah, you
Because
declare
if-
an attack.
Yep. Yeah. Heads. Please.
Nice.
Ayy. I don't die to Cannon Soldier instantly.
That is true, that is true.
Alright. Main phase 2.
Yep.
I set a card.
Uh-huh.
I activate Toll.
Yep.
And I activate Chain Energy. And that is the end of my turn.
Alright, I'll draw. Stand
Normal summon
by.
monster, Cannon Soldier, Cannon Soldier.
No.
No? Okay.
I'm not going to use the effect of Cannon Soldier yet.
Alright.
One face down, huh? Alright. I'm going to pay 500 life points because of chain energy
Mm.
to set a card.
Okay, face down.
Yep.
Yep.
I will activate the
That's
effect
fine.
of Cannon Soldier
Yep. Targeting your face down.
to do a 500 damage.
Yep. And you're doing it again.
I am doing
Yeah,
it
my
again.
face down was the trap
Yeah.
hole. That's
why I added the
game.
man-eater bug to play around the trap hole.
Ooh. Yeah, yep.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Alright, okay.
Close.
Very different play styles for
Yes.
sure. Okay.
Alright. Now I do have a somewhat of a siding plan.
Okay. I think I do as well. Yeah, that seems correct. Alright. Yeah, the card that I whiffed off of the Pot of Greeds was Monster Reborn. If I drawn into
Yep.
Monster Reborn plus Last Will, it would have given me the 5 monsters I needed to game you.
Yeah, yep, alright. For me, just trying to draw into my second Spear Cretan so I can set up that infinite
Yeah.
no attack loop.
Yeah, the infinite no attack loop is pretty good. I guess
So, what do you think of what I brought this week?
Oh, look, it's very it's funny though, because like the
Yeah.
way I look at it is, oh man, what Curtis has brought is kind of annoying. But then I look at what I brought and I'm like, yeah,
Cannon
but
Soldier's pretty nice.
Cannon Soldier's
like,
pretty good.
just as a good generic.
It just worked really well. I was like, okay, if he's on
Hmm.
like Jirogumo or Dark Elf potentially, then Cannon Soldier is really nice. Also because we had like so many floaters. Like,
Yeah,
you can-
yeah.
just like with Sangam plus Witch, you can always... the big thing was Cyberjar. I was like, okay, if I summon 5 monsters off of Cyberjar, then it's like, that's 2,500 damage
It's very
immediately.
scary on my end if you attack
Yeah.
into Cyberjar and then it's like, I just refilled your field.
That's why I resolved it on that turn. I was
Mm.
like, okay, it sucks
Yeah.
losing a Magician of Faith, but at the same time,
Alright.
the only downside was that you just happened to get another Cyberjar off of that Cyberjar,
Yeah,
and it
off
ruined the Magician of Faith.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh.
It was very unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Alright,
Alright, first or
this
second,
time,
man, what are you feeling?
I'm
Alright.
100% going first. This is
Yeah,
a
I don't
first
blame
turn
you.
deck.
I do not blame you at all.
Alright. Draw for turn. I will set a card, and end my turn.
Alrighty, I'll draw. I will normal summon Jirogumo.
Alright.
Hmm.
Is it gonna
Well,
spend half your life points to attack my face down?
seems pretty bad if it does. I'm actually going to be a bit aggressive here. I'm going to fire for Raigeki.
Oh, okay, okay. To the grave goes my Nibble Momonga.
And I feel a bit more confident about attacking this way. So I'm going to fire it
Alright.
and pay half my life points.
Yep. Well, flip the coin.
I will call
You flip a coin.
Tails, because it never fails. Damn.
Hey, you are.
Okay, Waboku's fine.
Yep.
I will pass the turn there.
Alright. I will set and end.
I'll draw. I will set a monster,
Alright.
and I will set 2 cards face down and pass the turn.
Alright. What is your face down? You know what? I'm gonna say it doesn't matter. I activate Dark Hole.
I'm gonna Solemn Judgment your Dark Hole.
Okay.
I'm getting dangerously
Alright.
low early, but that's fine.
Mm-hmm. With that, I will set this card face down and end my turn.
I'll draw. I'm going to flip summon Cyberjar.
Alright. Everything to the grave.
Everything to the grave.
There's my Wall of Illusion. There's my second Nimble Momonga, so no searches.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sure.
Alright.
So I have Magician of Faith.
2 Monster Reborns.
And a
Oh.
Cyberjar. And then I will
Okay.
add the 2 Monster Reborns as well as a Trap Hole
Yep.
to my hand.
I got a Unhappy Maiden.
Mhm.
I've got a Trap Hole, a Just Desserts,
Yep.
the Sword of Deep Seated, and a Trap Hole.
Yeah, Justice Earth is a very good card.
To me, my favorite thing that I got out of that is the Unhappy Maiden.
Alright, so I'll set the Magician of Faith and the Cyberjar.
Yep, Cyberjar was the one on the
Yep,
left.
that's the Cyberjar right there.
Yep. And because it got summoned this turn, you're not flipping it.
Nope, not flipping it. I'm just gonna pass. I'm pretty... Yeah,
Alright.
we're just chilling.
We just chilling?
I'm very much at the mercy of Justice Earth, so I gotta play this one pretty carefully from here on out.
Yes.
But that's okay.
Let's see just how careful. Let me
Sure.
think. I think this one's actually the best one for me to normal summon.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to enter battle phase and attack the Cyberjar.
So when this card is sent through, oh well, it wasn't flipped, so it doesn't get its effect.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
This one doesn't matter. This one can go to the grave.
I'm actually going to choose to negate attack your Spear Cretin.
Alright.
I'd like
Fair
to use
enough.
my Cyberjar after Magician of Faith is flipped face up.
Alright. Then, in that case, obviously it goes into main phase 2 for me. I will set 2, and I believe I have to pass.
Alright, I'll drop. Unhappy Maiden, face down, face up Spear Cretin. You've probably set Just Desserts and Trap Hole. They make the most sense as cards to set right now. I'm going to normal summon 7 colored fish.
Alright. I am going to activate the trap hole.
I will bring back the fish with one of my Monster Reborns.
Okay.
I am going to flip summon Magician of Faith.
Okay.
I will
Recovering
add back a Monster Reborn.
the Monster Reborn. Yep.
Battle phase. I will have my fish attack into Cretin.
Alright. To the grave, and I lose 1,300.
I will have Magician of Faith attack into the girl.
Yep. And battle phase ends immediately.
Main phase 2, I'm going to set 2 cards and pass.
Alright. Start of turn. It's always spooky when you see me viewing graveyards, eh?
I mean, like, it's just you sussing out what you've lost so far. I mean, I'll be more spooked of you looking in your graveyard once Invasion of Chaos comes out.
Oh, true. Yeah, that is the spook time.
That's when it's spooky.
I think I'm going to set one card,
Sure.
set another, and I believe that is all I'm going to be doing for my turn.
Alright. Stand by main. I'm going to switch my Magician of Faith into defense mode.
Alright,
I'm going to immediately go into battle phase and attack you face down.
alright. It is a Cyber Jar.
Here we go. So, if I hit 4 monsters off this Cyber Jar, I instantly lose. So let's see how this goes.
Yep.
There's 1.
Oh,
There's 2.
oh,
There's 3.
there's 3.
And that's the game.
Let's go!
Show
Alright.
show me the Just Desserts face down. Was that what you just set?
No.
Oh, it was the trap holes on the other side. So what did you just
Yeah.
set? The other trap
That
hole?
was a second trap
Yeah,
hole.
that's fair. Alright, that was my fault. I don't know why I'm
Yeah.
still main decking Jiragumo and Dark Elf against this deck. That's really
Yeah,
stupid.
being a bit aggressive is
It wasn't
It
even like that
counterintuitive.
aggressive. It was just stupid. Alright, we'll get rid of those for sure.
alright.
Yeah, I think those swaps are fine.
Ooh, that's fun idea.
I think that's all I need to do.
Yeah.
Definitely made me think, man. I mean, that honestly, that game though was my own detriment. I
Yeah,
flipped
yeah,
tails
like
on Jiragumo and then used Solemn Judgment. So like I completely shot myself in the foot.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And then as soon as you see Just Desserts coming from my Cyber Jar, it's like,
yeah, it's
oh.
like alright, you hit the one of desserts. There's not much I can do about that. It is what it is. I mean, I hit my one of Trunade in the first game to put myself in a winning position, so I can respect.
To be fair, if I hit into Chain Energy or Toll, that really puts the squeeze on you as well.
Like, yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but what I realized with like the way that your deck kind of operates is like if you don't have Cyberjar face down and you don't have the Spear Cretin set up, then just if I can get through one normal summon decent beater, like a fish or a Legion, then there's not a lot of outs that your deck has to it. So, and also like if you resolve Cyberjar, then like Toll's the only one that's really annoying. Chain Energy's like fine. It's like it's annoying, but I guess because I run both Heavy Storm and Giant Trunade, I can just sit there being like, well, eventually I'll draw into the outs and then be able to push through. Or at least I can hope.
I might be doing a bit with this siding, a bit more than I thought I was going to.
Look, I respect it. I think I've done the correct siding here. I don't know if I'm running everything that I would want right now, but I can't think of anything else from the deck that I would necessarily cut. I mean, I suppose I could have cut those, but I'm done siding, so it doesn't matter. Unless, if I click the reset deck card, does that let me side again?
Unsure, you can try it.
Give it a shot.
I'm pretty much done with my siding, so
Oh
you're
no,
happy
it just resets it as in it makes, okay, let me, it says done siding, but let me see if it'll let me swap these cards that I wanted in or not. So, we want to get rid of that.
I'm
Yes,
done
yes,
siding. I'm not going to
yes,
click my
yes.
done siding button in case you're like midway through and it won't
all
allow
good,
you.
all good. Let me see,
Yeah.
so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Okay, yeah, I'm done.
Alright.
I'm done signing.
You done?
Yep, let's do
Okay.
it. Let's do it. All right. Let's see if
Alright.
if this works. I'm gonna go first.
Are you going first? Yep. Gotta deny me going first.
I'm gonna go first. All right. Best of luck, man.
Same to you.
I will draw for turn. I am going to set a monster,
Mm-hmm.
set a card, and pass.
Alright. Draw for turn. I'm going to activate the single best card in the format. Delinquent Duo. Are you going to solemn me?
Nope.
Alright.
So pay 1,000.
I'll
I have to.
roll a dice. Because this one's at random. Alright. This one.
That is a dark hole.
Excellent. And what card are you going to choose to discard?
That's a good question. I'm gonna discard Mother Grizzly.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to set 3 and end my turn.
Not a whole lot of options here. I'm actually just gonna straight up pass.
Alright, okay. I'm gonna flip summon the man-eater bug,
Sure.
targeting your face down.
It is a Hain.
Excellent. I'm gonna swing in for 450.
I will take it.
Alright. And main phase 2, I'll set a new face down. Ending
Sure.
turn.
I'll set a card and pass.
I'll set a card. Set a face down. Switch man-eater to defense and end turn.
Alright.
Heavy storm me.
I'll set a card and pass.
Alright, okay. I will flip summon my man-eater bug,
Sure.
targeting your face
It's
now.
another Hain.
I'll switch my other man-eater bug into attack mode.
You got it.
Swing in for 900,
I'll take it.
and I'll end turn.
No problem. I will set a monster and pass.
I will set a monster, switch man-eater bugs to defense mode, and end my turn.
Sounds good. I will regret my 2 Hains in the discard. I'll set another monster and pass.
Alright. I will flip summon the Cyberjar.
Yeah, sure. So, Magician of Faith and 7-colored fish.
Ooh, good hits. Alright.
Ooh.
Catapult Turtle. Ooh.
Yeah, he's there. Ooh, the hat, nice. Butcher's fine. Yep, sick. Alright.
Ooh.
I'll special summon Double Hat.
I believe Catapult goes to your hand.
It does go to my hand.
Alright, for me, an Ultimate Offering is going to my hand. Nimble Momonga is going to the field. Are you summoning in attack?
Yep.
Alright, okay. Hmm.
I'm gonna make you work for killing him. I'm not gonna let you just kill him for
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. God, you know what? I'm summoning this in attack. I kinda don't want it to activate right now.
Sure.
Alright. Only the Nimble Momonga goes face down.
Sure.
And what were the 2 cards you sent to your hand?
I added Waboku and Catapult Turtle.
Okay, yeah. Alright. Now that that has all been done, you may lose 1,500 of your life.
That sounds fine.
And going into battle phase, I will swing over Mystic Tomato into 1 white magical hat.
On attack declaration,
Declaration.
I will
Negate attack.
activate
Ward broken.
Ultimate Offering.
Okay.
I will pay 500 life points to tribute the hat and set a monster.
Alright. In the attack will replay, so the Mystic Tomato will attack into the second White Magic
and
hat.
the second White Magic hat will die.
Alright. Okay. Main phase 2.
Do you have another monster you want to normal summon or set? Since you flipped
Have I
the
not
jar.
No, I
you
haven't.
flipped up your jar.
Yes, yes. It's weird seeing a full field and it's like, oh, I
Yeah.
have a normal summon.
Yeah.
I think I am fine for the turn. I am.
Sure. I'll draw. So face down is a Momonga.
Yes, this is true.
So the question for me this turn is, how far down the rabbit hole can I go? Oh boy, this could be a very big turn. Stand by
Alright.
main.
Let's see where we go.
I'm going to start my turn by activating Justice Edge. So take 2,000.
Okay. Yep. I have no response to this. No solemn for me.
I'm going to activate Giant Trunade.
Alright. Okay, everything goes to my hand.
Yep, as
I
does
have
my
no
ultimate offering.
response.
I will flip summon my Catapult Turtle.
Okay.
Okay. Not a lot to work with out of the graveyard.
Mm-hmm. No super good Monster Reborn targets.
There's one Monster Reborn target, I think, for me that I'm rolling
Is
with
it
here.
the
I'm just trying to
Destroy
think.
Butcher on the field.
No. I mean, it is, like, there is that opportunity. The other one that makes the most sense is just grabbing Mother Grizzly, because I can just crash it into Mystic Tomato continuously.
Oh, yeah. See how many recruiters we each have.
Dude, math is so hard.
Yeah, it kinda is.
Math is really hard for me right now. I need to think of how I can do the most here. Okay. If I had Raigeki or Darkhole, I might have been able to win this turn. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to Change of Heart your Mystic Tomato.
Okay. So you know when it gets destroyed, I get it.
Yep.
If it gets destroyed by battle,
It is not going to get destroyed by battle this turn.
I'm trapping it over here.
Okay. Let's think of who I need to attack with this turn to get the maximum damage output.
Are you gonna make me draw too?
Probably.
Ooh. It's a free pot of greed.
I'm going to resolve Catapult Turtle with Mystic Tomato, dealing 700 damage to you.
Okay.
Okay. So I haven't normal summoned for turn,
This is true.
which is incredibly important right now. Just the math is like running through my head right now, and I'm making sure I do everything right here. This is, funnily enough, one of the rare situations where I wish I hadn't started out like Jirogumo and Dark Elf, because I think having one of them just won me the game this turn. But we'll roll with it. Okay. I am going to activate Monster Reborn.
Targeting.
My 7-colored fish.
Okay.
I'm going to go into battle phase.
Alright.
I'm going to have 7-colored fish run over Cyberjar for 900 damage.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I'll be taking 900 more. After Catapult
I'm
Turtle
gonna have
does his
Bistro
stuff.
Butcher attack into Witch of the Black Forest for 700,
Alright,
and then you get to
I get
draw
a
2
search.
cards,
I get a search.
as well as drawing 2
first?
cards.
Which one do I get first, actually?
I don't.
This would be when battle phase. I want to say.
I think it's
would be
Witch.
Chainlink.
Yeah, Witch is Chainlink 2 because
Which
it's the
Chainlink
same.
2.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing as when we were talking about like Sangan, right?
Yeah, and which is defense. Okay.
Okay.
What do I want to get?
I'm gonna put this in the nicest way possible, Curtis. I don't think it
I'll put-
matters.
Jirai Gumo into my hand.
And then you can shuffle your deck and draw 2 off the top from Bistro Butcher.
Okay.
Main phase 2.
Okay. No more attacks.
I will send Fish and Butcher to deal 1800 to you.
Mm-hmm.
I will activate Last Will.
Yep. Very fair.
And
Yep.
I will use Last Will to special summon a Mother Grizzly.
Mm-hmm.
I will tribute the Grizzly to deal another 700.
Yep. And then you
the turtle
catapult
for the
turtle
last
into
5 for
itself.
game.
Yep. Good
Woo!
game.
Good game, man.
Ooh. Alright.
Giant Trunade really do be coming in clutch.
Yep. Had the heavy storm.
Yeah,
I
it was ready to go.
Kept a I should have set it face down, but I had the Waboku in hand. I'm like,
Yeah,
is there a
Waboku
reason
would
for
have
me
made things
to-
interesting.
yeah, I should have just set it because in any response to heavy storm or Trunade,
I think all that... Yeah, that would have been interesting. No monsters being destroyed by battle would have made me not want to flip up the turtle, for sure.
Alright, I think I could... Oh, this card that I wanted to show you, see in... Have you seen that card?
Yes, I have.
That card is sick.
Yeah,
it's
really
really sick
good.
if you were running
like-
some equip cards.
Yeah, if I was running like
and it was
Stim Pack. So like Stim Pack was a temptation.
No, I was thinking things like if you were running Malevolent Nuzzler or Horn of the Unicorn if you
Yeah.
picked up any.
Nuzzle would have been interesting. Like with the catapult turtle strategy, I was thinking about it, but I was like, my monsters are probably strong enough, and I was still siding the 2 reverse trap in case it was something that you were going to run.
Alright, are you ready for what else?
Whew. Nice ultra rare act. 2 of them things. Good God, man.
Too bad they're just 1,000 extra attack.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, hey, it would have made
that's
Mystic
it.
Tomato like a really powerful beater for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking for
the
game
only
3.
really good
I
card.
pretty much sided in a bunch of extra attacking monsters just to be like, you know what, I'm just gonna beat them over the head.
That's
this time
fair. I
for
honestly
game 3.
dropped all of my big beaters for just floaters and things that would let me set it. Like, but basically, my game plan for that game was saying, okay, eventually I can resolve either Heavy Storm or Giant Trunade, and then have another built-up board position. Like with Ultimate Offering, the fear that I had was actually that you had the Acid Trap Hole, which I totally forgot to factor in. Because I was like, okay, if I set this turtle right now, and he just has Acid Trap Hole set, then like my entire game plan is gone. But then I was like, oh, it's actually not the end of the world because I was holding Monster Reborn. So I'm like,
It is
okay,
sadly in my
if he
deck.
resolves Acid Trap Hole, I just Monster Reborn the turtle back, and he has like
Yeah.
2 removal cards in his entire deck for a Catapult Turtle in defense. Like
Yep.
he has, well, because I didn't think he had access to spare. I was like, he has nothing strong enough
Yeah.
to run
Nah,
over this, and you'd
exactly.
abuse like all your Manity bugs at that stage. So I was like, okay.
I even sided, like, I'll send you an image of what I sided in for game 3, and you'll see my side deck has all the stall stuff that I ran
Yeah?
the first 2 games.
I was so ready for it. I mean,
Yeah.
I honestly, like, my pulls from Spell Ruler weren't that great. I got the 3 Mother Grizzlies and 3 Mystic Tomatoes. So I was like happy about those because there's generic
I only got 2 Mystic Tomatoes, no Giant Rats, and Flying Kamakiris were my only 3
I
elves
only
of the
got like
recruited line.
1 Giant Rat, which was annoying because Lab Wall could have also been a nice strategy.
Yeah. Again, we'll get a ton of them in one of the tournament packs.
So I pulled Turtle out of Metal Raiders, and I'm like, okay, this card seems
yeah,
like...
yeah.
I was like, this is kind of cool.
yes.
I was like, it's whatever. It's not that great now. And then I pulled 3 Mother Grizzly, and I'm like, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
You
That's
gotta
that's summonable. And then I was like,
just wait a
oh,
couple of sets for, you know,
yep.
a legendary ocean and just actually run
That's not the card I'm
Yeah.
waiting for. You know the card I'm waiting for.
I mean, there's a really cool thing you can do with a legendary ocean, tornado wall, and like gravity bind. Still works.
That is
fine.
true. That is totally true. I mean, the big thing with Turtle, I just sat there was like, okay, I just completely forgot that I had cards like Last Will, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is just stupid. Because like in this kind of deck, you can run. So in the initial idea, I ran Cannon Soldier in the main deck to be like, okay, I'm gonna run Cannon Soldier over Turtle, and just see if this strategy works, and then if it does, okay, let's run with it and see how it goes. And yeah, I was like, okay, I'm going to run the last one. I'm going to run the Turtles. We're going to make this happen. We're going to run Double Monster Reborn, because in that kind of archetype, it's insane to run that. Because that's the tricky part with Ultimate Offering, is that usually I have to Trunade on the turn I want to resolve Turtle for game. And so, not being able to just keep on normal summoning monsters.
I don't know what I was thinking not setting it.
I
think it was like I had 4 on the field and I didn't want to clog up in case he passes and I need to cast a spell in hand.
That's totally fair. Good games though, man. That was a very, very close set.
I brought a cool deck.
Dude,
that's what I'm.
I think we both brought cool decks, to be perfectly honest. I think it was two very different strategies.
The really fun thing that you'd seen is the sort of deep-seated. So a part of the sub-plan for the deck is potentially milling you out.
Yeah, so it's like deck
and
out.
With sort
and
of deep-seated, I can't get milled.
Yeah, you just discard it every time and it goes back to the top. It's like Horn of the Unicorn.
Yep, pretty much.
Or Outstanding Dog Marin used to be a card that was used as well during that period of time.
Yes.
Yeah, my strategy was just kind of, alright, first game was just big beaters, whatever, let's see what Curtis is running. Second game was, alright, let's side in the Turtle. And then third game was like, why am I still running Jiragumo and Judgment? Let's get these cards out of my deck.
And then I just smoke screen into...
It was so dumb. I was out there like, oh man, if I had Gumo, then Gumo into Cyberjar would have been 1300, and then tributing it would have been another 1100, and that would have just like won the game off itself. But I mean,
alright, are you ready? Are you ready for all the things we get up until Pharaoh's Servant?
Well, we get tournament packs, right? That's the next big thing.
No, actually. Tournament packs, realistically, the only important cards is, like, the Mechanical Chaser. And that's, like...
It's a pretty good beater. I mean, for
it's
my strategy,
beater.
it's not bad.
Yeah. But... we've also got Eternal Duel of Soul promo, which is, like, exchange Skull Dice and Graceful Dice. They're not important.
Yeah.
We've got the October 02 limited list, which I haven't actually had a look at.
Yeah, I'll have to
But
look at
are
it
you
too.
ready for the most important part?
Yeah, what's up?
We get tins. We get 6 of them.
Good God, man. Alright, what tins are we getting?
Alright, we get a promo of Dark Magician.
Yep.
Blue Eyes White Dragon.
That's my fourth, yep.
I'm trying to think what else is... Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of Blue Eyes and Dark Magicians. Summon Skull, which is really good having a second one if you ever want to run that beat down some more. The Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Black Skull Dragon, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And one other card, it's owned by Kaiba. I forget what it is. They do 2/2/2 of the 3 main duelists of duel monsters. But
another one that Kaiba
are you ready for this? Inside each of the tins are 2 Legend of Blue Eyes packs, 2 Metal Raider packs, and 1 Magic Ruler pack. So in total we get 12, 12, and 6.
God damn, okay.
We are opening a lot of packs. Are you excited?
I am very excited, man. Keen to try and pull some more Sangans for sure. Like one more Sangan. I think 2 Sangan, 2 Witch feels like a good number.
Yep.
Another chance at Man-Eater Bug, so you're not the only one that has like multiple copies.
3 Man-Eaters, an extra Trap Hole. For me, a lot of my stuff I want is probably still in Metal Raiders, because I still want my 3rd Thunder Dragon for later.
Oh,
maybe
true. I wouldn't mind trying to get the twin-headed as well.
Yeah, yep. And that's right, you'll have a extra point to spend, whether on another...
Yeah, I might have to mully some of these pools. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. So we have...
Mind you, there's only 12, and maybe you wanted to save some mulligans
Yeah,
for
that's
a
fair.
certain set you have mentioned earlier this episode.
Yeah, Invasion of Chaos is pretty important.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Chaos Epic
Especially
Dragon's a
when we
pretty
get
important
one-
card.
Especially when we get one use of a forbidden card. That could
Yeah,
be
Chaos
certainly
Emperor
the
Dragon
Chaos
seems
Empire.
pretty important. I mean, even Blackluster Soldier is pretty insane. Alright, man. Good
Heck,
games.
I'm still stoked for my Delinquent Duo.
That was a very good duo, by the way. I had a very good hand. Dark Hole was probably the one card I could do with that. I had Giant Trunade in that hand at the start. If you hit Trunade immediately, I could have been in trouble. But you hit Dark Hole, and then I just discarded Grizzly. So I had Giant Trunade, Monster Reborn as the last two cards in hand. Oh, man. Alright, fantastic games, man. I am honestly like very keen to jump straight out of this recording and into opening packs, because I goddamn love it. I goddamn love it. And then get into some more fun deck building. So we get one of each of the promos. We get 12.
It's just the Eternal Duel of Soul promos.
Yep.
And the tins.
Yep. So we get one of the tin promos, and then we get, you said 12
We
Legend
get
of Blue
all
Eyes.
6 of the tin promos, not that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the last one is Lord of D.
That would be my second Lord of D.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I mean, it'll be mine as well.
Unfortunately, I don't believe, other than starter deck Kaiba, there is a printing of Flute of Summoning Dragon. I could be wrong.
There might be. There might be somewhere hidden.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But that's
for sure.
interesting. Interesting information to have 2 Lord of Ds, a Flute of Summoning Dragon, and Magicians of Faith to resolve that. Whether that would end up being a thing. I mean, that'd be a pretty... I tried doing that once, and it obviously blew up in my face.
That'd be very clunky if you could ever pull it off.
Yeah, I think it's like...
in like modern Yu-Gi-Oh!
I doubt it.
Alright, I make a whole field of rank 8s. Let's go.
Hey man, I'll just bring out Felbrand. He's fine.
Yep.
Alright. Thank you very much for the games today, Curtis. I'm going to get to cracking some packs. I'm sure you are too. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this.
Exciting.
We'll be back with opening our tournament packs, opening our tins, and showing off the Eternal Souls promos, and then getting into another duel, which is sure to be pretty crazy. But yeah.
Yep.
I could pull second Catapult Turtle. That'd be...
Oh, true.
That'd be pretty...
You could wildcard it if you want to really kill me with Magical Scientist later.
I don't think I want to be doing that. I think... I mean, we'll see. It depends if I pull enough Scientists. I might do it, but...
Yeah. Hey, it's a common.
Exactly, right? So... Alright, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.